All right, shalom, shalom. This is Brother Mawad coming to you again out on the highway and the byway. To bring out this gospel and this truth to edify the hopefully elect of Yahshua, the so-called blacks and Americans and Latinos, whose seed line goes back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. To warn the 2/3 of our people to repent and return from their wicked ways that they have learned from Esau the Edomite, the so-called white man. It's always a pleasure to let Esau know that the Lord Yahweh Shai is coming soon. He's going to send his son, the Mashiach, soon to destroy the old wicked queendom. Before we get started, let's turn to East, give all the honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakadash. Double honors that teaches others in the Paso, great little stone, likewise, brothers, brothers, true. Faithfully, fearlessly, feeding the sheep and brothers and sisters to the end. Shalom. It's always good to be back out on the highway and the byway. You know, last week it was an indoor camp because of, bad weather, a lot of dust storm out here. Today's a little chillier, but it's clear and sunny. Okay, so, we make our body a sacrifice to come on the highway and the byway so that these knucklehead Hebrew Israelites can see, okay, that there are men that are raised up in these last days, okay, speaking and stand up boldly against the wicked rulers of this earth, which is none other than the so-called white man. Now, let's go into the book of Isaiah, let's go into the book of Jeremiah 4 and start with verse 22, because we're going to talk a little bit about some of the things that's taking place on this earth right now, some of the recent things that has taken place in the last couple of days. This is the book of Jeremiah 4, verse 22. It reads, starts like this on verse 21, and it reads, "How long shall I see the standard and hear the sound of the trumpet? For my people is foolish, they have not known me. They are sort of children, they have none understanding. They are wise to do evil, but to do good, they have no knowledge." They have no knowledge because if you notice now lately, there's a lot of these, scoffers that are coming and making videos. They're calling Hebrew Israelites, which they themselves are possible Hebrew Israelites. Okay, at least they look like a Jacob. That are speaking against this ministry. Calling us cult. Saying that what we're saying is a lie. That Esau the Edomite, the so-called white man, is not the Edomites. Talking about there's no Jacob's trouble. And they're going on and on and on and on. And you even have some that were previously, a part of the brotherhood. And I'm going to name his ass, that fat fuck now, who's dedicated his whole entire, lessons. Okay, on coming up against who the real true prophets are. Okay, mainly he's going after the brothers at Great Millstone. Okay, obviously, the rest of us who are affiliates, we are associates, but the focus is on Great Millstone, the elders and the bishops and the priests, okay, and the apostles. And so they don't understand what's taking place. They don't like what they're hearing. They don't like the fact that with their own eyes they can see that Great Babylon America is falling. So yesterday you had where they had hands off, I've never seen that many Edomites march. In fact, up until recently, I have not ever seen Edomites take up, signs and go out there and march like the way, Jakes did during the 60s and, the Black Lives Matter and all the other civil rights movement. Now you're starting to see these Edomites now, the poor, okay, are going out there and they're saying things are unfair. Something that we were saying basically for a long time, and our people was out there crying and sighing about the unfair and the unjust treatment that they're receiving from, the rulers of Great Babylon America. Now these people are starting to experience it, and we know where this is going to lead, which is that civil war, that class war, okay, because you best believe, okay, Smoking Joe six-pack and obese Mary and Sally, who live in a little broken house or who are overwhelmed with debt, they're not going to go and continue to march the way Jakes did. They're not going to continue to beg this government to give them a fair shake. No, they're gonna pick up that damn sword, and we're going to go into that. Let's go into the book of, this is the book of Isaiah 30, and starting with verse 9, he says that this is a rebellious people, speaking about the so-called Black Americans and Latinos, Lying children, children that will not hear the law of the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shai. They don't want to hear, okay, keep the Sabbath holy as best as you can here in Great Babylon, America. They don't even know the Sabbath, to be quite frank with you, because IUIC and these other camps, okay, telling them the Sabbath is Friday sundown to Friday sundown to Saturday sundown, okay, which is incorrect, okay. They don't want to stop eating the abominable food like the pork, the shrimp, things that they can help. You have this big fat cat, I don't know what his name is. You know, he thinks it's funny to go and do a buffet and show that he has cooked pork and all this other stuff, and that's okay. Okay? You might think he might have this feeling, and some brothers did the video on him, you know, and he's trying to get attention. A lot of times he says he's trying to get attention because they're insecure. You know, they're insecure. They're lacking something on in their life. If not, they wouldn't even be wasting their time. It wouldn't matter that you have the prophets out here preaching and teaching if your life is going so well here in Great Babylon, America. But clearly these guys, they have nothing else going for them. And it's another means so that they can go and line their pockets, okay, with a bunch of people that want to follow so-called church type of stuff. But instead, what this man is doing is making a mockery, okay, of the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai. But the Lord is going to judge him in a very special, specific way. And it's not going to be a quick death, God willing. He says, we say to the seers, which we are seers, see not unto the prophets, prophesy not unto us right things, speak unto us smooth things, prophesy to see. Well, let's take a look at what happened last week. You had the elders and apostles of Great Muslim and likewise brothers, been telling you people that the stock market will crash. It hasn't crashed completely. The economy of Great Babylon, America will cease, will start to fall. Okay, you're going to see more and more and more rivalry between these nations. Okay, as Great Babylon America start to, which is Great Babylon America and the leaders of Great Babylon America really is that devil, okay, that's coming with great wrath. Because what Trump just did last week when he brought out all those tariffs, okay, and he's putting tariffs on his ally countries, you know, the European Union, in which he made a comment and said, the European Union has been ripping us off, and you know, he makes those jests constantly. Now imagine what the kings, okay, or the rulers of the European Union are thinking to themselves. Here they are, every little war that America has gone into, okay, when they went to Afghanistan, when they went to Iraq, when they went to all these other places, these poor countries in which they go and they just raid the resources. Guess who's always been partnered with the United States? The European Union. Okay, the European Union. And brothers who serve in the military know what I'm talking about when you go to the bases of Afghanistan in the Hemland province. Okay, you see different sections of the base have, you know, the French military or the British military or the German. Okay, so forth and so forth. Basically the Allies or NATO. Okay, and they've always stood beside America. Remember, this is the whore that rides the beast. Okay, this is the whore that rides the beast, so we already know what's going to happen to this whore. This whore is going to be burnt. This whore is going to be burnt. So here it is. He came out last week with those tariffs, and what you have, okay, is right now prices is now going to be passed out to you doggone peasant people. Because most of the people, you're driving your cars, you're still making car payment. You barely can afford that car that you're driving. Okay? You're not fooling anyone, okay? You're not fooling anyone. You barely can afford that car that you're driving. Okay? You barely can afford the little shack, the little cheaply built house that you have. Okay? You barely can afford the mortgage on that. And most of you people, probably about 99% of you, couldn't have a bad 2 months. Okay? You don't have a clue. Absolutely clueless. Okay? But you're prideful. You are absolutely prideful. You don't want to hear, okay, corrections. You don't want to be corrected because you want to constantly live in wickedness. Okay? You want to live in wickedness. You people like to be entertained. Okay, a bunch of tough guys riding around with their windows screwed up and tinted. Okay, with the heater going on because you can't take a little bit of damn chill air. Okay, but you're supposed to be tough guys and tough women. How are you going to deal when there's no electricity? How are you going to deal when there's no food here for you in this dusty little town that you call El Paso? How are you people going to deal with that? When the troops are kicking your doggone door down, okay? And for you little classified, little sissy men, These shoes are gonna kick your door down, grab your sons and your daughters and put them in those internment camps. Beat your little fat, chubby, obese wife up, okay? And they might even actually rape some of you doggone men. These Hamites, okay, these so-called African men, and these Middle Eastern men, they like men. They like men, and the Lord is going to give each and every individual, okay, Hebrew Israelites out here, a special judgment. Proud women going to be humble. You pacified sissy men, you're going to be put in that position, and okay, the Lord is going to expose you for what you really are. Okay, which is weak men. So you don't want correction. It says, get you out of the way, turn aside of the path, because the Holy One deceased from before us. Y'all don't want to know that Yahweh Shemashah will judge the children of Israel. He is going to judge us. The judgment starts with the house of Israel. Okay? Simultaneously, as Trump has put a tariff down, and we can see right now how the market crash and the market react. Okay, you're going to see the real effect of this is going to start taking place. You know, as time moves on, as you start paying 30, 40% more than what you're paying right now, as jobs are starting to be eliminated. There ain't gonna be no jobs coming here to Great Babylon, America. How the hell jobs gonna be coming back to Great Babylon, America? Okay, when the scripture said that there will be no work for Great Babylon, America, which neither the head or tail will be doing. Okay? That you can have that constant fear of being homeless, that constant fear of not having the ability to eat, and most of all, that constant fear of the fact that you have everybody around you is a potential predator that's going to prey on you and take what little that you have. But you don't want to hear that. And that's going to be that judgment that the Lord is going to bring. And it's going to be a tribulation on this entire earth. But there's a special component of that tribulation known as Jacob's trouble, because the so-called blacks and Americans, Latinos are poor. Are poor. Don't get it twisted. Continuing, it says, wherefore thus said the Holy One of Israel, because ye despise the word and trust in oppression and perversion and stay thereon, therefore this iniquity, this wickedness, should be to you as a breach ready to fall. So think about a bridge that's cracked. Think about like the dam out there, Hoover Dam, let's say, has cracks in it. Because all it takes is a good little earthquake, and you're going to have that little crack. It's going to have those cracks inside of it. So you think about that, okay? You think about that. So if it has cracks and it's been compromised, it doesn't have the ability to hold back that water. And when that dam crack and that water start flowing, okay, it is going to drown and destroy everything in its path. And this is that wickedness that's going to be coming to y'all. Oh, Trump hasn't stopped going and hunting you doggone Latinos and you Hispanic. A lot of you driving your car and you think, I'm an American, I'm good. No, you're not good. There's over 1,000 FEMA camps out here that is ready to put you people inside the FEMA camps, and you don't believe, okay, that you are going to be a victim of this government when it comes down on your little doggone stupid asses. Okay? There's a lot of camps out here. There's a lot of FEMA camps that you people are going to be going into, and they're going to separate you. You don't have any rights here. It says, therefore this iniquity shall be to you as a breach ready to fall, swelling out in the high wall, whose breaking coming suddenly at an instant. So you're not going to see where it's coming. Because see, a lot of you people think, you know, I got it all covered. I got a little bit of extra food. Your extra food is what your neighbor is going to take from you. Yeah. Jose and Rebecca and Shanae and Nina, who's your next door neighbor, they're going to walk to you next door. They're going to sweet talk you, come in that friendly voice, okay, and find out what you have. You know, find out what you have, the extra food that you have. And the next time they approach you, they're going to approach you with guns. They're going to approach you with guns to take your shit from you. Most of you are going to cower down. By the time you realize you got to actually fight back on what time it is, you're probably in the spirit world. Okay? You're probably in the spirit world. Therefore, this iniquity should be to you as a breach ready to fall, swelling out in a high wall whose breaking coming suddenly at an instant. We are seeing, okay, so think about it now. When you at Before a wall, okay, let's say before, let's use a Hoover Dam. Before it completely collapsed, what you would see is you see it protrudes out. So if it's protruding out, you're starting to hear like the crack, you're starting to see little parts of the dust starting to fall, and that tells you that it's about to fall real soon. So what would you do? You don't want to get the hell out of the way. But you're not going to listen to that. Let's go into the book of Isaiah 13. The book of Isaiah 13. Starting with verse 6. This is the book of Isaiah 13, starting verse 6. How ye from the day of the Lord, and how about Shemashai, who the word ignorantly called God and Jesus, is at hand, it shall come as an instruction from the Almighty. Therefore shall all hands be faint, and every man's hands shall melt. Why are man's hands to melt? Because the man in Great Babylon America are nothing but bitches. The men in Great Babylon America are nothing but doggone little girls. The women rule over them. You have the women have more testosterone than the men in this place. You men are comfortable standing behind your woman as she walks in front of you, disrespects you, wouldn't cook for you, doesn't honor you like the king that you are, because she's a whore herself. So how do you think you're going to defend your household when that wicked doggone government come down on your household and kick your door down, rape your little girl, rape your little boy, and rape your little fat little whore? You're not going to do a damn thing about it. You're not going to do a damn thing about it because you men are weak, comfortable, driving in your metal coffin. Don't stand up to nothing. Behold, continuing it says, and they shall be afraid, pangs and sorrow shall take hold of them. They shall be in pain as a woman that travaileth. They should be amazed at one another. Their faces should be as flames. So why is a man going to be like a doggone woman? Because the Lord Yahweh Shemashai is not dealing with you. You're not kings. Doggone so-called blacks and Latino and Native American men don't know who you are. You're gods. You act like doggone little bitches. You have the spirit of a sodomite. Because this place is spiritual Sodom in Egypt. See? The wicked flee where no man pursue it. And that's why I talk about, because right over there was two little fat whores sitting down in their car like that. To the average man, they would be considered cute. But I especially brought it out like that so that they could hear it, because see, you can always know people who are not ready to hear the truth, who are not ready to get in order. Because as soon as you speak out loud, you speak out thunderous, you sound like somebody, okay, that they can't run up to. Okay, with their friggin' fat, stinking asses, okay, and try to gain your attention, they run. And of course, this isn't really, I mean, for you sisters who are in the truth, of course, you know, they're all in order. But for the rest of them out here, they're proud. They're proud. How dare you talk like that? How dare you talk with a man like that? Yeah, the men are bitches in this doggone country, man. All right? And the scripture says it right here. It says, and I will punish. It's like it says, for the stars of heaven and the constellation thereof shall not give their light. The sun shall be darkened and its going forth, and the moon shall not cause her light to shine. And I will punish the world for their evil and the wicked for their iniquity, and I will cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease in thee, and will lay low the haughtiness of the terrible. Okay, so you say you're going to get laid low down. Okay? Hey, but that's going to apply to you doggone niggas and spicks too. Okay, because a lot of y'all are doggone proud, man. See, y'all focus on your materialism. Y'all focus on, you know, the opinion of unworthy beings that are blowing smoke up your ass. Oh, you're all weak. Nothing like having a doggone weak, proud, so-called black and Latino Native American just all blowing smoke up on each other's ass. It's going to be okay. Don't worry about it. Yeah, you should worry about it. We're telling you, you need to worry. Because if you are not covered by the Lord, Yahweh Shai, you need to worry. Most of you don't have survival skills. Most of you can't even go a couple of hours without eating stuff in your doggone gluttonous doggone face. Okay? Wait till shit gets tough out here. This town only has what, 5 or 6 doggone supermarkets. When you look at it, you got about 50% of the people out here are morbidly obese, which means they overeat. So how long you think those food is good? How long you think that the food in a couple of supermarkets you rob out here is going to last when shit hits the fan? You think you're gonna be able to go to Fort Bliss and get on the base over there? And some of you are gonna say, "Well, I have military members in my family. They're gonna be getting drafted real soon." World War III, or the start of it, is about to start. You have right now the Houthis, I think that's what they call out there in the Middle East. Okay. You have Iran, okay, making it very clear that they're ready to fight the United States because they have the backing of the Medes, which is the Russians, and China, which is Moab. Okay, hey, just last week when Trump came up with that tariff, he just basically declared war on the entire earth. He just declared war on the entire earth. And yes, sir, you passive, aggressive people walk around and drive around your metal coffin as if you're still in good shit. Wait till your doggone broke-ass friend is coming to you to borrow money to pay their light bill or to pay their mortgage or for food, and you cannot give them money or you cannot help them, okay? Or you help them and they keep coming back to you because they have no other avenue to come to, and you have to tell them no, and they look at you and go, "I thought you were boys, I thought you were girls," okay? Friends will become like enemies. Your own household will betray you. Your own household will betray you. There is no, you don't have any, you have no order in your house. Your house is out of order. Your house is out of order. Okay? It says, "I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man than the golden wedge of Ophir." Okay? Man. Okay, now they ain't talking about just some nigga or some speck with freaking no one taking a ball something in their damn leg. Okay? Some man of the Lord. The man who are gonna have spiritual power, the ability to heal, know what's going on. Who's not gonna walk with the fear, okay, or the paleness in their face because they don't understand what's going on. We're all gonna go to the fire. Is it going to be fun? No. So we're counting on the Mashiach. We're counting on Yahweh Shemashah and what he promised, the hopefully that, but what he promised the 1/3. Okay? Which is going to be a big number, by the way. As the other brothers that are going into those lessons, that the 1/3 is going to be a numerous number. It's going to be a lot of people, okay, that actually is going to be saved. So this gives you an idea of the sheer size of Yasharala if 2/3 is going to get put to death, which is that concentration is going to be in Great Babylon, America. But across the earth, the 1/3 is huge. Okay, so the central or ground zero, okay, of the prophecies of what's going to be taking place in that judgment against Yasharala is here in Great Babylon, America. That's why you see the majority of the prophets are here. We're all over Great Babylon, America. Okay, in these different towns and these different cities. Okay, you have camps that are huge and you have camps that are individuals. Makes no difference. You step out like the king we are, the gods that we are, and we raise our voice. Okay, so that our people can listen. Alright? So there it is right there. So man is going to be more precious because you know what? Suddenly these women are going to look and see these dudes for what they really are. First of all, a lot of you are going to become widows. A lot of you are going to become widows because your man is going to get drafted and get sent overseas to go fight for these rich kikes. Okay? Who don't give two shits about you? Talk about you fighting for American freedom. You talking about you fighting for American way. What American way? Broke, poor, desolate? Is that it? That's the American way? No, thank you. Let's go into the book of Jeremiah 30 and 6. Book of Jeremiah 30. Book of Jeremiah 30 and 6, and it reads, Ask ye now, see whether a man doth travail with child. Wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins as a woman in travail? That's not gonna save you, man. Bitch ass little dudes, them little, see? Punks, man. That's all you guys, little punks, see? Y'all ain't man. Been driving a doggone little two-seater with a chubby ass little woman. Actually now, see where that man does travail with child. Wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins, as a woman in travail, and all faces are turned into paleness. All faces are turned into paleness. So you doggone, you might be black as a damn friggin' doggone, what do you call it, charcoal. But the danger that you're gonna be in, and the situation you're gonna be in, the tribulation you're gonna be in, okay? You're gonna look pale. You're gonna look pale. Okay? Now a lot of these women, like I said, they ride around with these little punks in their cars and they think that they're secure. But deep down, that dude is a scaredy little fucking pussy ass little nigga. You know how I know that? Because we all been that guy. You act a certain way, back in the world. But in reality, boy, you hope ain't nothing go down. Okay? You hope ain't nothing go down because you don't get your boys with you. Okay? That man is not going to do anything for your ass or that, but that's not our concern. We really don't give a shit about the rest of you people. All we're concerned about is the lack of Yasharala. Let's go into the book of Lamentations 4 and start in verse 9. Because as before, the Lord is going to bring those plagues and those judgments. Okay? What's going on right now? Look at it. What's going on. Just the other day, that man wiped out, what they say, $2-3 trillion. Okay, out of the American taxpayers' pocket. People start selling off their stock or whatever case like that. Really, that's really not going to do any good for you because bottom line is, even if you have the money, if the dollar crashes, it's worthless anyways. And even if you have money to go buy shit, most of the people that have money to buy shit, they have to hire a security force to protect them. Most of them are not survivors themselves. Okay? Your own security force is going to turn around and look at you and go, why the hell take you protecting your wicked weak ass for? They might turn around and take your shit from you. It's not going to be a time of trusting, but see, this is how the Lord understands every individual person's heart and mind. Okay? The rich man, okay, he hides behind his wealth. His wealth can give him protection. His wealth can give him food or a sense of power. But the Lord, you can have that wealth and richness, and the Lord can still strip you, okay, of your ability to even sleep at night. He can still strip you of that. You can't even sleep at night comfortably. You don't know who to trust. Can you trust your security guard? Can you trust your bodyguard? Can you trust your woman? Can you trust when your cook or your butler make your food for you? That they're not poisoning you and take away every doggone thing. We're going into that situation where money's not going to matter. And when they bring out that mark, it ain't going to matter because at that stage, what it said, rich, poor, free, born, great or small, okay, it's going to have to take that mark. And when you take that mark, guess what? What do you have? You're not going to be able to throw dollars up in the air, okay, like what Floyd Mayweather does. That wicked ass nigga, worthless ass, doggone douchebag. So what are you going to do? You think he's going to have an entourage of people that's going to be following, who's going to be like, you know what? Are you going to share your allotted $2,000 or $3,000 a month with us? You're not even going to be able to do it because Esau opened the Shalak. I was going to put a cuss on that little shit, but you know what? You don't have to. Okay? This is Jeremiah. This is the Lamentations 4. Book of Lamentations 4. And starting with verse 9. Book of Lamentations 4. And starting with verse 9. And it reads, they that be slain with the sword are better than they that be slain with hunger. For these pine away, stricken through for want of fruits of the field. So one of those judgments coming to Great Babylon, America, is going to be famine. A gluttonous nation that doesn't know when to put down the fork and the spoon. You eat while you're watching TV. You eat while you're sleeping. Okay, you eat while you're sad. You eat when you're happy. Every celebration is eating. That's going to be one judgment that's going to be coming to Great Babylon, America. The lack of food. It says, the hands of the, now this is in the past, but it's going to come. Okay, because now this part is talking about in the past. It says, the hands of the pitiful women have sought in their own children. They were the meat in the destruction of the daughter of my people. So at some point, at one point, our people began to eat their children because of the hunger. Because of the hunger. So these wicked people right now who are going to create that famine here in Great Babylon, America. Okay? I know. I look at Holloway. I mean, y'all gotta see what I see, man. Okay, how these people like looking and get a little smirk on their doggone face. And I'm gonna turn the camera just a little bit more, so you gotta see it, because these people get a little smirk on their face. You know, they laugh and see, you know, they see the crown. See, a lot of people when they do come up, and I've had people who have come up, and they think what I'm wearing is cool. You know, wow, it's so cool. It looks majestic, right? So they think it's just like you're just out here, you know, and you got the nice costume on and the jewelry, and you get the crown in the middle there. And that's about as far as it goes right there. They'll even hear and entertain you. You tell them that they're Hebrew Israelite or whatever case they do. But in reality, they don't take you serious. It's a joke to them. They see it as just a form of entertainment. And that's okay. That's okay. That is okay. There's a lot of knowledge up here. I have signs created for you, with scriptures already written on them, pictures. You know, these are things I use my own dime and created them. You know, of course I got the ideas from brothers that were before me, and I watch how they watch on the videos, the signs that they had, and I just simply replicated what they had. Okay, but you do all of that to make it as simple as plain on table. But Jakes don't care. See how people don't value nothing. Because they're niggas and spicks. They don't give a shit. They don't value nothing. That's okay. You're not hurting us. We're not hurt at all. Okay? You're not hurting us. Continuing. It says, the Lord had accomplished his fury. He had poured out his fierce anger and had kindled a fire in Zion and had devoured the foundation thereof. Now some people say, well, he had already done that. Said had, past tense. No, he did it before, and he's going to do it again. See, our judgment is continuous. Our judgment is continuous. What you think? Everything that's happening to each one of us right now is for something that we did in our previous life. Okay, it's for something that we did in our previous life. So we get that recompense or get that payment. Okay, at a later time. Esau is going to get the payment of what he has done to the children of Israel in the kingdom. And like one of the brothers brought out, you peasants, you people around here, you Edomites around here, you're all gonna die here. Or every single one of you are gonna die here. The ones who are gonna be saved, the Edomites that are gonna be saved, are gonna be your kings. Mainly your leaders, your wealthy, your kings. Okay, your governors, your people who have authority, okay, who have the ability to build bunkers. We're going to scoop them out pursuant to Jeremiah 16:16, and that's going to be the start of their sentence to 1,000 years of some undescribable or indescribable tribulation that Esau and them will be facing in the kingdom, where they'll be forced by the rod of iron under the true New World Order. Okay, in compliance with every law, while they go through a hardcore, brutal slavery, which they deserve greatly. Let's go into 2nd Ezra 16, and start in verse 19. 2nd Ezra 16, and starting with verse 19. Tricky to see right now because of the sun. 2nd Ezra 16. Second Ezra 16 and starting with verse 19. So we'll go 2nd Ezra 16, down verse 19. reads, behold, famine and plague, tribulation, anguish are sent, a scourge for an amendment. But for all these things, they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourge. So basically, you can still eat. And this is the reason why we never get complacent. Why we stay constantly watching, other brothers' videos for edification. We put out our videos for edification. You have to stay in the work. You have to stay constantly in the ministry, because if you don't, it's very easy, to get complacent and go, you know what, I got a roof over my head, I got food to eat, why don't I just relax on my leaves? And this is what you see that's happening to some people. They stop believing. Okay? Now, imagine the people who never was in the ministry don't even know about this. Just how really truly blind they really are. Then you'd understand that these people, when they see that they can eat, sleep, have a roof over their head, hey, shalom, man. Eat all of those things, they're not going to repent. They're not going to repent. It says, but behold, victuals should be so good cheap upon earth that they shall think themselves to be in good case, and even then shall evil grow upon the earth, sword, famine, and great confusion. You're seeing this all in different parts of the country. With USA not being able, right now, because the US was actually sponsoring most of that, with that now dismantled, you're going to see a lot of chaos going on in these so-called third world countries or developing nations. As many of their people are going to start going into massive starvation and hunger. Just it was the last week or a week before we saw the earthquake, that destroyed so many people and their lives. They have to try to rebuild. Where are they going to get the resources from now to stop tariffs? Okay? And the thing about it is that when these people are buying, they have to buy, and the currency exchange is in the US dollar, which means what? Okay? The biggest buyer of all of these doggone textiles and all these other things is the United States of America. So what happens when the rich guy does not want to buy your shit no more? Well, you think the poor is going to? So we're about to see upheaval right now, massive famine. Okay, you have civil wars that's going to be taking place across this earth and these other regions. You're going to have, what else you have? So famine, sword, okay, and a great tribulation. Okay, things are not going to go well, and everybody's eyes is going to be looking towards the United States of America and go, it's Great Babylon's fault that Babylon of this problem. Meaning, especially these rich nations like Europe, these European nations, okay, that has not experienced that level of poverty. When they start getting hurt, they really are going, and their people start going, the quality of their life for their people is starting to go down. They're going to look and go, it's the United States' fault. It's the United States' fault. And that's going to be that hate that the Lord Yahweh Shema Shah is going to be put into the hearts of the kings, okay, of these European nation countries. It says, for many of them that dwell upon the earth shall perish of famine, and the other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy. And the dead shall be cast out as dung, and there shall be no one to comfort them. For the earth shall be wasted, and the city shall be cast down. And that the city should be cast down because of the war that's going to be taking place. Civil war, disagreement. And all these countries can have some of them that really want to go up against the United States, and inside those countries, there's still going to have those that are going to say, you know what, we still need the United States. Here in America, I just put up the video yesterday concerning Great Babylon America, and that these are the beginning of great miseries. And what you see is a division that's going on. Okay, remember, this is the same one that looked like a lamb, two horns, showing the separation, okay, of powers or the non-unification of power, Democrat, Republican, okay, but speak as a dragon. What Trump did last week was speaking as a dragon. It was speaking as a dragon. Okay, it's the book of Zechariah 13:89. Because again, when we come out here, we're not coming out here for the world. Okay, and now there are a lot of these people, they're driving by in their vehicles and they're making the assumption that I'm out here with the Bible and I'm some Christian pastor or street preacher that's preaching to all of them. No, I'm letting you know that you're going to die. Okay? Don't get it twisted. I'm here to let you know that you're going to die if you don't repent. I'm letting you know that you don't have shit together as you think. Okay, a lot of you boast in your damn spirit. You think that you have your shit together. You think you have friends and you have families and you're going to unite together and have a neighborhood watch and your neighbor's going to share their food with you. No, they're not going to share their food with you. As we speak right now, I look at all my neighbors. I measure up everybody I meet. You don't think I'm measuring up my neighbors too? I'm looking at them and I'm looking at their spirit, and I'm looking and going, at some point in time, as harmless as this person looks, as passive as they look, when the time comes when when a hunger pain start biting their stomach, this could very well be someone that could be coming next door to me, armed to the teeth, ready to take my shit. So mentally, I'm prepared, and I already know that shit like that is going to take place. Okay, I already know that. So, okay, this is the book of Zechariah. Here's what the Lord Yahweh Shemashai said He's going to do. But our people, I guess a lot of people don't understand. When you think about 2/3 being destroyed, that's a large amount of people. Because when you talk about the 1/3 that's going to be saved, that's a large amount of people. So to give you an idea of how much death is going to come here, meaning especially a lot of you nigger bitches. Because a lot of you doggone so-called black women are very undesirable. You're overweight, you're hideous, you have a bad attitude, you have STDs. Certainly the men of the Lord don't want you, don't worry about it. And these are the men, they're either going to get you, ambush you, kill you. A lot of you are going to, you can go on and on and on and on. Brothers put up videos. I share a lot of those videos out on the different platforms out there that I can. Okay? And you know what I get? Some people want to friend you. Or a female want to friend you and they're like that, and the next thing you know, you get a message that goes, oh, pussy right now for only $1.99. Get the fuck out of here. Bunch of shit. This is the book of Zechariah 13, verse 8, it reads, and it shall come to pass that all the land, said the Lord Yahweh Shemashai, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die, but a third be left therein. So the Lord is right now, you starting to see that right now where these women can't pay their rent, or seeing ones who I don't need no man, but now they're looking for someone. So the only way they can do it, they do it in such a carnal way. Because again, even though they're in a situation of not being able to pay their rent and possibly being homeless, it's still coming with that damn spirit that a man needs to bow down to their ass and freaking them on, pay their bills and humble themselves. And oh, by the way, he only can be with just you. And that's how we know a lot of women are full of shit. When it comes to that freaking part where the Lord says He's going to give, 7 women to a man, or 7 women should take hold of one man, which could be 20 women, 30 or 100 women. Okay? But take hold of one man. Your woman right now is not ready for that. My woman ain't ready for it. I know she isn't. They're not ready for that. See, your woman, see, because when it comes to the so-called black man, when it comes to us Negroes especially, okay? Your woman even likes to see you down. They don't want to see you down. People like to see you in a low state. They want to make more money than you because they want to have, that gives them the ability to talk back to you, talk shit. I mean, I make more money than you. Okay, I'm in a better position than you. People like me more than you. All those things and that. So they don't want to see you in that position where everybody's coming to your ass now for help, especially women. Okay? They don't want to see that. But I can guarantee you it was the other way around where it would be 7 men would take hold of one woman. Your woman would justify that to conversations. Okay? Because she's a natural fucking whore. Okay? She's a natural whore. Women are a natural whore. But she don't want to see that, especially the so-called black man, because in our low-level position, we can barely get a woman. And when you do get one, you get a working below average looking one. Something that you actually really want. And you're just content with it, whatever. Okay? And then they act like they're doing you a damn favor. Like they're doing you a favor, like nobody else desires you, nobody else wants you. I don't know why I'm with you. I'm not talking about myself personally, I'm just saying how in general, how this plays out. Okay? Like they're doing you a favor. So the last thing they want to see is for you, okay, which only the man of the Lord is going to get that, is going to be patrolling that gift of having multiple women coming to him, which is truly our culture. Not the culture of the Africans or the culture of the Middle Eastern men. See, because right now, these same women will accept, these Hamites doing that. Oh, that's their culture. But you, a god on this earth, walking amongst these peasant mortals, you can't have multiple pussy. What kind of shit is that? And you cannot accept that. And you're going to see where they go. And basically, here's this chick and you women out there. You will accept it because the fear and the tribulation is going to go on. When you see what happens to these women out there, you will get the hell in line. If not, you will be pushed the hell out there and forgotten. Don't get it twisted. You're not that important, okay? You're not that important. And that's part of that humbling effect that the Lord is going to bring on to you, hard-ass woman, is the fact that He's going to make all of you share one of His men, one of His servants. That's going to be that humbling spirit that He's going to bring on you, because the fear of being out there isolated alone, not being able to have any protection, not having food, or the ability to have the righteous man, okay, preserve and protect you, okay, it's going to be so great, you will fall in hell and line, and you will ask, how can I become an asset to you? That's what's going to take place. This is not for you doggone wicked ass women, man. Just go and just go die. Shalak, just go die. Just go die. This is not for you. What? He said, I will bring the third part to the fire and refine them as silver is refined, get all the impurities out, and will try them as gold is tried. They shall call on my name, which is Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai. You need to know that name. Okay? You need to know it. Okay? And I will hear them. I will say, this is my people, and they shall say, the Lord, Yahweh Shai, is my power. Okay? So we're the woman of Yahweh Shai. So guess what? If your woman called the wrong man name in bed, do you think you freaking no longer be all like, what the fuck is that shit? Or she referred to you as another man at the dinner table or whatever case, like you be like, what the hell is that shit? Okay? You're gonna judge that motherfucker right there and then. So how the hell do you think the Lord Yahweh Shai is gonna feel when his people are calling on Jesus? Some of them even gonna be calling on Esau. Okay? The thing about this, brothers and sisters, we have a show that we're going to see, unlike anything that we've ever seen. Unlike anything we've ever seen. And right now, you might have a little mild entertainment now with these women coming out, and talking about, no man wants them, no man is walking up to them, no man wants to take them out. They can't afford things and all that stuff. And you have like channels like That's Where Reborn and a couple other guys who are putting out videos on that, and it's entertainment to watch. It's entertaining to watch. Okay, it's entertaining to watch it. But these women have the ability to actually go on YouTube. Wait till you can go on YouTube or TikTok and let the world know that you are having financial issues and problems and stuff like that. Where you get to doll yourself up, put on the makeup like that, and there's gonna be some dude that's gonna look and go, you know what? I'll hit that. I could hit that. I'll hit that. I don't mind like taking her out, or I'll hit that. All right, because we're men, okay? You might look and go, yeah, I don't mind hitting that shit or whatever the case of that. But what happens when all of that doesn't exist? And you're having this problem, and nobody is hearing your voice because there's no YouTube and there's no TikTok. Nobody knows what your problem is. I can guarantee you right now. Okay, let's talk about analog suffering. So, what is analog suffering? Let's talk about that. I want to actually do a video on that called analog tribulation. That's no technology. So what happens when you suffer without technology? You see what I'm saying? Because see, when you see, there's more empathy when you can see the face and hear the cries and the tears and everything like that, especially if it's in your face daily. But what happens when you can't hear that? Because you can have people driving in these cars right now that are suffering. Individuals suffering. You can't make the car payment, their car is up for repossession. The house is probably up for repo. They're going through ailments, all kinds of sorrow. Can they talk to everybody? No. If they stand up out here and talk, nobody's going to listen. I've been out here standing up now for the last 45 minutes talking. Not one person has stood by or stopped by couple of blow horns. I don't know what the hell they're blowing horns for. But nobody cares. Nobody wants to hear what I'm saying. Because I don't matter. Okay? I don't matter. I'm doing those dark, I'm saying those dark sayings. I have a poster here, a big giant poster here that says America is going to be destroyed. It shows a big mushroom cloud. It shows a pride rainbow, or the rainbow, the LGBTQ rainbow, and a couple other things on there that's embedded in this mushroom cloud, or this nuclear explosion. People don't like it. The reason why they don't like it is because they know what I'm saying up here goes against what they like to live by daily. Remember, they want us to speak to them sweet things, not things that is actually going to benefit them, such as you need to repent and return back to the Lord Yahweh Shai. You need to stop all the abomination that you're doing. That the wicked of this earth is the very set of people that they worship so much, and we got it. You don't like us. You can call us whatever the hell you want like that, but it doesn't matter because you want to be like us. You don't have the balls. Okay? You don't have the balls. Okay? Look at it. There's a draft that's going to be coming. Actually, let's go into Jeremiah 49 and 20. If I can see. I'm having a hard time seeing right now. The reflection. Jeremiah 49. Okay, Jeremiah 49 and 20. This is the book of Jeremiah 49 and 20, and it reads, "Therefore, hear the counsel of the Lord Yahweh Shai that he had taken against Edom, and his purpose that he had proposed against the inhabitants of Teman. Surely the least of the flock shall draw them out. Surely he shall make their habitation desolate with them." Bottom line is that right now you have Israel that's going to draw the United States into what? World War III. World War III. Israel is going to be the cause of World War III. That is happening sooner than you think. Now keep in mind, there's war of words, and then the bullets are going to be flying. It's going to start off small, then escalate more and more and more and more and more. Especially as nations start to get more and more and more desperate. You're going to have more and more that escalation. World War III is going to come. It don't matter what you people think. World War III is going to come. Okay, these people are starting to get the fuck out of hands right now. And this is that lack, okay, that lack of respect, okay? This is that lack of respect that they have for the men that come out in the highway and the byway and sigh and cry. Okay, so they crank up their horns, they crank up their music, okay? And they don't care. So to them I say, Shalach, Rayom, Mashipayom. Shalach, Rayom, Mashipayom. For all of you. May the Lord terrorize you with poltergeists in your house. May the Lord make your whole family sick and poison you the next time you eat that shrimp and abominable food. Shalach, Rayom, Mashipayom. Babakashah, Babakashah, Babakashah. Shalach, Rayom, Mashipayom. Babakashah, Babakashah, Babakashah. Muwat. To these wicked Hebrew Israelites that refuse to repent, may you have illnesses when you eat shrimp next time. When you eat that shrimp taco next time. When you eat that pork taco next time, may the Lord destroy your household with that. Shalach, Rayom, Mashipayom. Babakashah, Babakashah, Babakashah. Muwat. Death to you wicked Hebrew Israelites. Okay? Prophet, you're useless. Absolutely useless. You can't wait till Esau start coming down with a sword in your monkey asses. You're pointless. And you are absolutely useless. This is Second Ezra. I'm having a real hard time seeing here. to second Ezra. 6, start verse 22. Second Ezra 6, start verse 22. It reads, and suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown, the full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty. And notice that word sudden. That alone should scare you people, because it's going to be, you're not going to be prepared for it, people. Okay, and you doggone, what do you call it? What you call those people? What do you call preppers? Thank you very much for prepping us. Lord has got y'all busy, man. Some of y'all even have your own show. Love it. And I like to watch y'all because I'm like, damn, these are diligent servants of the Lord Yahweh Shemel Shai. They're prepping up for his servants diligently. Love it. Yahweh Yahweh Shemel Shai by Shemel Pakadash on Trump. You're doing a great job. Beautiful job, Trump. Okay. And the trumpet should give a sound which in every man hear, they should be suddenly afraid. Why are they afraid? See, sudden again. They're not preparing for it. Okay? And at that time, friends shall fight one another like enemies, and the earth shall stand still with fear. With those that dwell therein, and the springs of the fountain shall stand still, and in 3 hours they shall not run. So it'll be a global thing. But here in Great Babylon, America, woo, that's going to be a real special judgment. We're doggone fat asses, okay? All willing. That's it. Shadak Rayam, Mashipayam. For all of you doggone wicked ass Hebrew Israelites out here. Proud ass demons right around your metal coffin. Disrespecting the men of the Lord, Yahweh Shemel Shai. May the Lord poison you with that shrimp taco, with that pork taco. Make you very sick. Okay? Give you rheumatoid arthritis. Okay? Give you the inability to even run when you have to run for your pathetic lives. When Esau send them doggone robots and drones after your asses. May you turn around and slaughter each other in these little doggone, these little cheaply built houses that you have out here. Okay? What? Yeah. Because we know Easter's coming. Y'all gonna go there and celebrate the Easter bunny. Real quick. Now most of you just driving up and down. You're not going anywhere specifically. You're just driving the hell up and down because you can. It's good. Life is good. But what happens when the dead bodies are in the road? You can't drive over them damn dead bodies. Huh? Let's go on to Amos 8, Amos 9 and 8. Book of Amos. Book of Amos 9 and 8. Book of Amos 9 and 8. Amos 9 and 8. This is the book of Amos 9 and 8. Book of Amos 9 and 8, and it reads, behold, the eyes of the Lord power are upon the sinful kingdom, which is Great Babylon, America. And I will destroy it from the face of the earth, saving I will not only destroy the house of Jacob, said the Lord, Yahweh Shemel Shai. So that's what 130 that was going to be. Okay, saved. The rest of you, you're all going down. Who's the pump going to chase? I don't know. But you got to see some sights out here, man. You gotta love it. Alright? You gotta love it. Let's go into Ecclesiasticus of the book of Sirach. 13, Psalms 20. Ecclesiasticus. Okay, we get a little sun going down, which means I can see a little bit better, which is good. So, the book of Ecclesiasticus. Ecclesiasticus 13, and starting with verse 20. Ecclesiasticus 13, starting with verse 20, and reads, as the proud hate humility, so that the rich avoid the poor. Rich people don't like poor people around them. They hate them. Esau is rich, we're poor. Esau hates us. Okay? The rich man began to fall, is held up of his friends, but the poor man began being down is trustable by his friends. So when you're poor, you have less loyalty. You have less loyalty. When you're rich, hey, people kind of have more empathy for you, and they feel sorry for you, and they want to hear you. That's why you have Bill Gates, who have no medical degree, no college degree, nothing, is able to convince 240 million people here in Great Babylon, America, to roll their sleeve up and take the juice from some invisible pandemic. And we brought it up many times where they said in 2025, the issues concerning taking that shit is going to manifest itself. There's a movie called They Live, in which they talk about the year 2025. Okay? So when you start getting sick and you start to have all kinds of issues and stuff like that, don't expect pity. Don't expect pity. In fact, the people who took it and they might not even get the issue, guess what? They ain't gonna want your ass around. Because you're poor. At the end of the day, you're doggone poor. Okay? Nobody likes to hear the voice of the poor. Nobody gives a shit about the tears of the poor. Nobody cares about you when you are poor. And you are poor, people. You are poor. When a rich man is fallen, he had many helpers. He speaketh things not to be spoken, he had no words. And yet, men justify him. The poor man slipped, and yet they rebuke him too. He speak wisely and could not have no peace. Which is why we all lost all our channels. We lost channels after channels and channels and after channels after channels. YouTube took it down. But then the Lord judged that they're going, CEO of YouTube. Judge that bitch. She went in the spirit world at age 55, and she'll return back from the spirit world as an Edomite slave, getting fucking up on. Well, we don't know what's gonna happen to us. It might be like might be one of Jake's little bimbo bitch side bitch. If she's lucky, or she might come back as an ugly Edomite and put out in the field to do the worst work. You know, like Aunt Jemima like type. There it is right there. That's it. Let's go into going back in the second address again. Boy, I like to go in the second address. Well, second address is huge because we're in that time right now. Exactly what's taking place in the second address. We're in the second address 15. Okay. Second address 6 and 15 and 16. I can't remember the other one, but I know the scripture of when they're fighting and the Mashiach returned in the middle of the fight. So the book of Esdras is actually very, very important when it comes to the end of days, because it really talks about the calamity that's taking place. It also talks about that war, okay, with the Mashiach. Okay, it's I think it's second Esdras. Or willing, I'll go back and check again. But I love second Esdras. I love the book of second Esdras, mainly because it really aligns with what you see going on today. A lot of things you see going on today. This is the book of second Esdras 15, starting with verse 16. It reads. Actually, let's start with verse 14. It says, "Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword of destruction draweth nigh. One people should stand up and fight against another. The swords in their hands, guns. Everybody has guns. You best believe it. I don't care how mild they look. Everybody's armed to the teeth. I know that's for a fact out here in El Paso. Everybody has a gun, some sort of a weapon. Okay? A man should desire to go in the city, should not be able to. Nobody needs to go downtown El Paso. There ain't shit down there. But for you big cities like Dallas and Houston and New York and Chicago and those places like that, it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be crazy because we can see most of the shit taking place in those big giant cities, especially like New York and Chicago, because people globally know those places. Nobody knows downtown El Paso. Okay. It says, "For because of their pride, the city should be troubled, and the houses should be destroyed, and men should be afraid." Why are men gonna be afraid? Because the Lord is gonna isolate a lot of these men. You're not gonna be with your boys. You're gonna be in the household by yourself with your wife, your kids. And you're going to have to man the hell up. Your fat bitch is going to be looking at you and going, "What are you going to do?" Okay? When these Hamites are knocking the door and go, "Open the door." And they're kicking down the door and they go, "Where's the food? Give to me." Okay? And they're looking at your little daughter and they're looking at your little son. Who are going to be subject to the sword too? The Lord don't have no respect of a person. So don't think for one, okay, your kids are not going to get that sword too, or babies are not going to get that sword. They're going to get that damn sword. Okay? They're just evil, they're just wicked little, they're just young, evil, little wicked spirit, but they're still evil. Okay? They're still evil. Alright? Hitler was a doggone baby. Look at him. Okay? So was Trump and all these other motherfuckers. They're all babies. Look how wicked they all are. Huh? It says, a man should have no pity upon his neighbor, but should destroy their houses with the sword, spoil their goods because of lack of bread and for great tribulations. Imagine that. You chilling out on your porch and man, your neighbor come down and go, hey yo, what's up man? What's up? You know, or they coming now, they might even come speak voice. Because people are gonna be out in the beginning and they're gonna be sharing and you know, you can have neighborhood watch, especially these nice neighborhoods or these nice the areas where you have these like cul-de-sac with nice houses. Everybody probably might decide to get together and pool their resources. Well, not really pool their resources, but they might say, you know what, let's do a neighborhood watch or whatever the case is like that. Some may have like what they call, I think, solar panel, so they might have a little bit of electricity. Everybody else don't. You might throw down a couple of cold beers that you had stocked up. I'm thinking, you know, 2 or 3 days or maybe 24 hours at the most, this power grid is going to be back up. Then 2 days go, 3 days go, a week goes, 2 weeks go. Now food shortage is going and everything is starting to go bad. People start panicking. That friendliness and that mirth start to go away. You're no longer drinking now. You want to have your beer to yourself. See how this is going to go? Now homeboy comes to the store and go, hey man, yo, let's have that beer, man. Oh, nah, dude, I only got like 5 more cans left, man. That's for me, you know? You understand, right? Hey, look, man, I just get enough food for me and my family. You understand, right? No, they don't understand. Nobody's going to understand a damn thing. Nobody's going to want to share that damn loaf of bread with you. Nobody's going to share what you have and go, let's split it in half and we can both eat. No. They're going to be like, wait a minute. If this food can last for a week, and if I take it from your doggone punk ass, then I can have that whole food for last for maybe 2 weeks. That's how it's going to be. That's how it's going to be. You best believe the continents of people are going to change in a desperate situation. There ain't going to be no phone to call 911. 911 is going to be there. A lot of these cops are going to be judged. Okay, a lot of these Jake cops, that's why we always tell you, get the hell out of that damn freaking monkey ass doggone costume called military uniform or whatever the case is like that. Okay? That's not going to save you, man. In fact, that's actually going to work against your ass and stuff like that. Nobody's going to respect your authority. Okay? Nobody's going to respect your authority. So you can see how this is going to go. We can go on and on and on, but a lot of time they show you in these movies how they go. Let's go into the book of Proverbs 27. Book of Proverbs 27. The book of Proverbs 27. Proverbs 27. I like this scripture too. 27 verse 1. It reads, boast not thyself of tomorrow, for thou knowest not what a day might bring. Now we're going to go into these boasting, because one of the biggest things that takes place here in Great Babylon, America, is boasting. Where do you see yourself 5 years from now? I've had many job interviews like that. Where do you see yourself 5 years from now? And this is long before I came into the truth. And you try to think, okay? Because you're conditioned to follow the ways of Esau in order to even get a job. You got to compromise your way of thinking. This is the reason why, as a righteous man or a man that is awakened, it's very difficult to maneuver in that particular part of the world. That's why I'm happy the way things are going. It didn't work out. It didn't work out that well out there. You know. So they already know they're not going to hire you, but yes, so they're going to give you that doggone question like, where do you see yourself 5 years from now? If I had the ability to see myself 5 years from now, why in the hell would I be coming to try to work for you? I'd be a doggone person who can tell the future. That means I can make a lot of money telling people their future accurately. But this is part of the pride that is embedded in you from day one. Except the children of Israel is not benefited from being proud. You don't benefit as a so-called Latinos or Native American or black man being proud in Great Babylon, America. They mock it, they laugh you, they set you up, let you spill out their words, and then they still shit on you in the end. They don't give you the job. You get that rejection letter, but now they know and they're satisfied. Here's another dumb, stupid, doggone Negro following the ways of his oppressor. They got you. And when our people are not waking up like you are constantly in that doggone nightmare trap that you would never get the hell out of unless the Lord, Yahweh, shall clear you out of that. I would never have gotten out of it. The Lord did not bring me out of it. I never would have gotten out of it. I don't miss it one day. Every time I think about it, it's like reliving a nightmare all over again. I hated it. Every time I think about it, every single time I think about it, the shit I dealt with out there. It's like a nightmare. It's like living it's like Groundhog Day, just living that nightmare. I hated it. That's how you know you don't belong here. This book of Psalms 91, verse 2, it reads, I will say of the Lord, Yahweh Shemashai, He's my refuge and my fortress, my power. In Him will I trust. I'm not going to trust in Esau. You're not going to trust in your friend. You're not going to trust in your camp leader. I'm not going to trust in my wife. I'm not going to trust in my brother, sister, father, or mother. The Lord, Yahweh Shemashai. Surely He shall deliver me from the snare of the fowler, from the lonesome pestilence. He shall cover me with His feathers, and under His wings shall thou trust. His truth should be thy shield and butler. This truth is a shield and butler. This is not about some boy's opinion, man worship, ass kissing, be accepted by this one, that one, whatever the case is like that. At least speaking to me personally, I could give two flying fucks. And anyone who actually knows me truly knows that it's true. I don't. Not a man pleaser. Okay? Because your ass can't save me, you can't even save your damn fucking self. Okay, so where the fuck can I trust you? And if you go in a carnal way of speaking like that, most likely I'm better prepped, stronger, faster, I'm better prepped than you at surviving, a jungle. Okay? But we in the spirit. So you trust in the spirit, you trust in Yahweh Shemel Shai. Thou shalt not be afraid of the terror by night, nor the arrows that fly by day, nor for the pestilence that walk in the darkness, nor for the destruction that wasted at noonday. This is the part I really like, this part here. 1,000 shall fall by thy side, 10,000 at thy right hand, but it shall not come nigh to thee. Now we're going to smell some shit and all that crap. Man, wow. It's going to be shocking in the beginning to see all those dead, the dead. But you start to get used to it. This guy, those people in the Walking Dead, they start to get used to it. Yeah, we'll start to get used to it. It says, only with thine eyes shall thou behold and see the reward of the wicked, because thou hast made the Lord Yahweh Shemashai, which is my refuge, even the Most High, thy habitation. So, only with thine eyes, with your eyes, you're going to see the reward of the wicked. Esau, these other tribes, okay, and the wicked of our people. Who's going to come back in the kingdom in their right mind? But now we're really going to see what's going to take place. Okay? Right now, we're starting to see what's taking place with the wicked right now. Look at these Edomites. They're in uproar. They're holding up signs. They're begging. They're in tears. They're unsure of their life right now. You never saw it. You go back 3 years. You go back 2 years ago or 3 years ago. These same doggone Edomites you saw marching yesterday would have been the same one proud and looking down at you. Here they are, and they're going to $45,000, $50,000 a year job, but proud, looking down with you. But here they are right now. They can't even miss a damn paycheck out there. Oh, where they go? They ain't us oppressing you, man. We told you. We told you. The Lord has delivered you a wicked king, a wicked Lord. Yahweh Shemashai has delivered you and given to you a wicked Lord. Embrace it and accept it, because right now you got like what? 3.2 3.9 years to go. Oh my goodness. Y'all ain't gonna make it. Y'all ain't gonna make it through Trump. When Trump is done, whoo. It says, because I was made the Lord, Yahweh Shemashah, which is my refuge, even Most High, the habitation. There shall no evil befall thee, neither shall any plague come nigh to thy dwelling. Plague come nigh to thy dwelling. That means your household is not going to get touched, man. That's a good thing. That's what we're looking for. The Lord to protect not only you, but protect your household. Let's close over the book of Isaiah 65, 12 to 14. Isaiah 65. And it reads, therefore, now this is talking about God, the righteous, and then you have the two-thirds that are going to suffer. It says, therefore, will I number you to the sword, and you shall bow down to the slaughter. Okay, when Esau come down, great rod. Soon in Genesis 27:41, what did Esau say? As he have hate for you, he's going to come after Jacob. 12 tribe of Israel. That's going to go in many forms. Now, he might be grabbing up the Northern Kingdom tribe or the Israelites, okay, and putting them and sending them, deporting them. Next, he's going to be putting them in these internment camp. And then he's just going to be blatantly just start killing them in the street. It's the steps. Wait for it, Jakes. Wait for it. Okay, there's steps to it. Because when I called, you did not answer. When I spake, you did not hear. But the evil before my eyes and the choose that wherein I delighted not. All the abominable things. The food for the dietary, not for the dietary law, not even attempting to keep the Sabbath. Okay, you don't even know about it. You don't even find out about it. Mocking the prophets. Okay? It's on you. Therefore, thus said the Lord power, behold, my servant shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. Behold, my servant shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty. Behold, my servant shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed. Behold, my servant shall sing for joy of heart, but ye shall cry for sorrow of heart. Ye shall howl for excitation of spirit. Once you realize that Esau, the Edomite, the so-called white man, don't get too living shit about your doggone young spick and nigger asses. Okay? You're seeing it right now, but it's about to go to the next level. When they cut that welfare off, start chasing you with a sword. Okay, I'll show you just how much he really hates you. Then, y'all gonna start wanting to know what that name is all about. Who were those men that were standing on the highway in the Bible trying to give you the warning? But by then, it's too late, and we're gonna just be laughing the fuck at your doggone dumbass. Oh, willing, you left us edify the close, but there's no one going on to Yahweh, Ba'ashim, Yahushai, Ba'ashim, Ba'adash, Shalom.